It doesn't matter if you're a self-published author or if you're a traditionally published author, if you write fiction or nonfiction, or no matter where you're at within the publishing process. As an author, you have got to know how to market your book and how to connect with readers. And if this kind of scares you or makes you uneasy, don't worry, I got your back. In this video, I'm going to share 12 strategies that can help you market your book and connect with your readers. Let's go. My name is Jenn Hanson-dePaula, and I am the co-founder of Mixus Media, and I help authors connect with readers online, and I help simplify the book marketing process. So if that's something that you're interested in, hit like and subscribe. So let's get into the 12 strategies. The first strategy is to know what your goals are, because when you have a goal, you have something that you can aim at and you have a destination. And when you have a destination, you can plan on how to actually reach those goals. And that is how you can define success for you. What might look like success for me might look completely different for you. The second tip is to focus on 2 or 3 strategies. So I talk to so many authors who are completely overwhelmed, especially when it comes around the launch of their book and they're trying to do 1,000,001 different promotions. When they realize, oh, the book promotion is on my shoulders, marketing it is on my shoulders, even if they're signed to a traditional publisher, you get into panic mode and you just start throwing a bunch of things on the wall to see what sticks. And that is absolutely not the best way to market your book. What you want to do is to identify 2 or 3 different strategies that you can focus on and do really, really well. It's much better to do fewer things and do them really well rather than trying to do 27 different things and just kind of having a watered down version of what could work. And if you find that you have more time and more energy, adding another 1 or 2 strategies that you can add to your plan. But the main point here is to not overwhelm yourself. Focus on quality rather than quantity. Now, the third strategy is to know who your ideal reader is. This is the cornerstone of your marketing. When we try to talk to everyone, we're actually going to talk to no one. When we focus on talking to one specific person, and I know that so many authors say, well, I don't want to limit my views or I don't want to limit myself. You're actually not. When you focus on an ideal reader and you can get very specific within your content that you write about, within the different interests that you share, within the books, within the genres that you talk about, you can really hone in and have people think, wow, she is talking directly to me. I feel like this is so personable and engaging. You can get very, very specific when you talk to just one person rather than trying to talk to 10,000. So the fourth tip is understanding where you're at in the marketing process. And I went into more detail on that in the video where I talk about how to market your book before the release date. And so you can click the link below to watch that. But when you understand where you're at in the process, you'll understand what you need to be doing within your marketing. If you're in the attraction phase, if you're in the promotional phase, or if you're in a follow-up phase. So understanding where you're at is key to making a better impact in your marketing. So number 5 is to start now. I always tell authors, you cannot start soon enough. Actually, the minute that you decide to write a book or the minute that you start writing is really the time when you should start connecting with your readers and starting to grow your audience. Because on social media, it takes a while to develop that know, like, and trust factor that you're looking for. So if you start now and just start connecting with them as a human being, not as an author trying to promote a book, you will find that you are able to connect with people on a much deeper and more personable level rather than someone trying to constantly promote something. So tip number 6 is to take those social connections that you're making and drive them to your newsletter list with an incentive. An incentive is a free download, it's a free PDF or a free checklist or something that you can give readers as an incentive to sign up for your newsletter list. When we take those social connections and drive them, we know that we're making the connection and we're solidifying, we're warming up that lead, and we're giving them something that they can take and learn from or be entertained by and getting onto your newsletter list because you own those connections. If social media were to go away, where would your connections be if you didn't have a newsletter list? So it's so important to nurture those connections that you have on social media and drive them to your newsletter list. And then tip number 7, use your newsletter subscribers as your launch team. Asking people on your newsletter list, say, hey, I'm getting a small group of people together to act as my launch team, where they'll get an advanced copy of the book. Maybe it's a PDF download where they can read it ahead of time. And then when your release date comes, they can leave a review the day of your release on Amazon. It's a great way to get your community involved, but it's also a great way to prompt early reviews and to get that ball rolling very early on after your release. So tip number 8, have a review process in place. Now this is going to take a little thinking ahead of time and some prep work on the front end, but it's so important and it's something that is really going to help you in the long run. Make sure to include some sort of verbiage in your book to be able to download, get a free download. Maybe if you write nonfiction, maybe you can offer them a free checklist or free worksheets that go along with your book to get them on your newsletter list. The same goes for fiction. Maybe it's offering a free novella or a prequel, or maybe it's a few hints to your next release. Whatever it might be, give them something that's tangible that they can go to your newsletter to sign up for that and get that free download, so you can stay in touch with them to prompt them to leave reviews or to stay in touch with you after the book releases. So you can let them know about the next book, or you can stay in touch with them. It's a great way to continue that conversation because you don't want to lose touch with them after they finish your book. You want to continue those conversations. So having a process in place ahead of time so you can stay in touch with your readers is really important. Tip number 9, doing a Goodreads giveaway. I have known so many authors who have seen such great success by doing a simple giveaway on Goodreads. Goodreads is basically a social media outlet for readers. It is full of very, very active users. This does cost money, but what I would encourage you to do is to use the lower cost option. The point of a Goodreads giveaway is to build awareness. And this is really important, especially for fiction authors who might be struggling to get the ball rolling. A Goodreads giveaway is a great way to get in front of your ideal readers who are interested in your genre, to make awareness available that you have a book out, or if you're a brand new author, introducing yourself and getting that book in front of other people. Tip number 10 is to do a BookBub promotion. When you can do a BookBub promotion where you have a limited time where you give your book away for like 99 cents or for free or for $2.99, you can set the price point. But when you can give people the option to try your book at a lower price point, it's a great way to spread the word about your book, to get in front of new readers and get in front of new eyes. The nice thing about this is that it's only for a set amount of time. You never want to lowball your book for, like an extended amount of time, but doing these promotional discounts every once in a while is a great way to boost your sales and to get in front of new readers. Tip number 11, connect locally. You have an enormous amount of knowledge and experience within your librarians, within your local booksellers, within your local writer groups, within local book clubs. Going and connecting with these local people is a great way to not only get the ball rolling on your marketing, but also to make more connections and to get some insight into tips or tricks that you might not be aware of, and to get the word of mouth going. And tip number 12 is to continue talking about your book. I talked about the 3 different phases of book marketing, and the follow-up phase, which comes right after the promotional phase, after your book comes out, is one of the best times for you to continue those sales. We often just focus on the promotional phase right when our book comes out. Your book has an infinite lifespan. So if you continue to talk about your book, whether that's in social media or in your newsletter, to continue to drive connections and to drive awareness, you're going to continue to see sales. So be sure to have a plan in place for your follow-up phase to continue to talk about your book, to continue to push those sales, because you can keep selling your books for years after the release date. So have a plan in place. So there you have it, 12 marketing strategies that you can put to work right away to start seeing some movement with your books and to help you kind of brainstorm different ideas that you can run with. So in the comments below, be sure to tell me which tips you are going to put to work, and let me know your Instagram handle or your Twitter or Facebook handles so we can follow you and so we can start to engage with you. I'd love to get to know more about you and your books. And be sure to download my free PDF, The Streamlined Book Marketing Guide, to help you get started with your marketing. Marketing doesn't need to take over your life, and it doesn't need to be a drag. And in this free download, I share with you the steps that you need to take to really put that into motion. So you can click the link below to grab your copy. And be sure to hit like and subscribe so you will be notified every time we have a new video come out.